Okay, so in this video, we will be taking a serious deep dive into this question. Should you break no contact with your avoidant ex on Valentine's Day? This video will be in regards to the scenario in which either your ex, who is avoidant, broke up with you, or for any number of reasons, you stopped talking to each other and some time has gone by and there's kind of an understanding that you're no longer seeing each other, even if you feel a lack of closure. The answer to the question is you absolutely should not break no contact and reach out on Valentine's Day. And I'm going to get very in depth on all of the reasons backed by science why you should not. In this video, I'm going to include the scientific reasons in regards to attraction, attachment styles, and the subconscious mind, and what is really going on that level. Real quick, before we jump in, if you're new here, my name is Sarah Whaling, and I'm a certified life, trauma, and relationship coach. I am a former fearful avoidant who started my own healing work years ago, and then I got my certifications and I used my personal and professional experience with what actually works in healing to assist my clients in healing any insecure attachment style so that they can truly show up in a secure way. Different attachment styles require different things in order to heal. And I develop not only personalized, very in depth plans based on your specific attachment style, but also your specific experiences. For instance, you're a fearful avoidant who experienced XYZ in childhood. I also assist clients in a number of other areas, some including healing from narcissistic relationships, particularly if they were the scapegoat, everyday pain points such as procrastination, and life mapping so that you can create your dream life. If you're interested in one-on-one telephone coaching, please visit my website and send me a message via the contact page, and you will receive a follow-up email with my session information. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about is why you want to reach out to your avoidant ex on Valentine's Day. It is very likely that if you're here watching this, you're a more anxious attachment style, either anxious preoccupied, fearful avoidant leaning anxious, or secure with a strong secondary anxious attachment. It is going to be part of your work to reroute your focus back onto yourself. This will be pivotal for one, learning how to self soothe and meet your own needs, two, truly healing, and three, not trying to manipulate situations and outcomes to bend and twist yourself into what secure attachment looks like, which will feel difficult, bad, and in the end backfire, and instead being in alignment with secure actions and truly showing up from a secure place, which will feel good and truly be successful. If you are simply learning about what secure actions are and going through the motions instead of truly healing, your subconscious being at odds with your actions will always result in anxiety for you and a pull to betray your plan of action. The conscious mind cannot overpower the subconscious mind for an extended period of time. The conscious mind is about 5% in control versus the subconscious and unconscious mind being about 95% in control. That is why it is pivotal to actually heal. We use our conscious mind to heal our subconscious and unconscious mind. The subconscious mind is like a GPS. If we take a turn against it, it will try to find a way to route us back to where it is programmed for us to go unless we do the healing work and reprogram. The subconscious mind is always trying to get our needs met in the quickest way it knows. If we don't have healthy strategies in place, it will refer back to outdated strategies and trauma responses. All of that being said, if you have a more anxious attachment style, your mind is likely searching and ruminating to get a few needs met if you have an avoidant ex who you are in no contact with. Our subconscious mind will make whatever excuse it needs to rationalize meeting needs from a desperate place or a lack state. The excuse of special occasions to break no contact is one of them. Just to be clear, in the situation that I'm discussing in this video, the answer is always no. It is not a good idea. I don't care if they celebrate Christmas and it's Christmas, and Christmas is also their birthday. I actually had a client who was faced with that scenario before. The answer is it is not a good idea. In regards to needs, there's a high likelihood that your mind is searching for the basic human need of certainty. If this is your number one need in the situation, you may, upon reflection, realize that it's less about what the response is going to be and more about simply knowing for sure one way or another. Or possibly you do care about what the response will be and you want to get back together. And in that case, it is the basic human need of love and connection, and perhaps various other needs that you perceive can only be met through that relationship. I just want to make it clear that your subconscious mind will play tricks on you. The subconscious mind is a powerful thing. For instance, a person can have extremely untrue limiting beliefs that they are 100% convinced of. If you have deeply, deeply unmet needs within yourself, the subconscious mind can play tricks on you and convince you that unhealthy decisions or decisions that are not in your best interest are a good idea just to quickly calm the pain from that unmet need. So now that I've covered all of that so you can have a foundation for what's going on within you, I want to cover the scientific reasons on why you absolutely should not break no contact with your avoidant ex on Valentine's Day or any other holiday or special occasion, and that involves attraction and the core wounds and needs of an avoidant. And I'll discuss dismissive avoidant and fearful avoidant. So let's jump into this. There is most definitely a formula for attraction, and that's just a fancy way of saying that there is a set of scientific reasons why anyone feels attracted to someone. And most of it has to do with our subconscious mind. All of it aside from what we find aesthetically pleasing, which basically can crumble if the person doesn't meet the deeper subconscious criteria. I go very in depth into this in my video, The Science Behind Attraction. But the first thing that I want to touch base on is that the entire scenario of you breaking no contact with your avoidant ex on Valentine's Day can hurt attraction in all of the components of attraction. It will not be attractive to your avoidant ex if you reach out during no contact, and there are so many reasons for that. I'm going to discuss the first reason in general because it can add up to several reasons for your ex, but the first reason is your avoidant ex's core wounds. You will very, very likely trigger some of your avoidant ex's core wounds if you insist on contacting them. A common core wound for avoidance, for dismissive and fearful avoidance, is the core wound, I am trapped. This core wound is quite often triggered when there is a boundary violation, either by the person dismissing their own boundaries or someone else crossing the person's boundaries. A huge core wound for fearful avoidance is I am disrespected, and they will very likely feel like you are not respecting their decision. I am unseen or I am unheard can be another one that can really, really be triggered in this situation, because if they have said they would no longer like to continue on with the relationship, they will feel like you aren't seeing them and you're not listening to them when they express themselves. Anyone would feel that way, but typical feelings in a situation are always magnified by core wounds. That's a good way to know what your own core wounds are. If you're in a situation in which you feel like your reaction is a little off scale for the situation, a core wound may have been triggered, and that's a really good mirror to what you might need to take a look at and heal. The next thing that I'm going to discuss is needs, because one thing that needs are related to is core wounds. Core wounds can leave us at a deficit because they can really color our perception. For example, someone with the core wound, I am trapped, likely has a high need for freedom because in various different ways, their core wound is triggered regularly and they perceive themselves in many ways to be trapped. One of your ex's needs in the specific situation would be to feel like they are free to make decisions about their life. If you insist on reaching out to them, while you may have reasoned that it's just a nice gesture, or you've projected how you would feel onto them if they reached out to you on this day, they are going to experience it as pressure and overbearingness and like you are forcing their hand, and that is very likely going to repel them. So, what can you do if you're experiencing an inner struggle and you're tempted to reach out and break no contact with your avoidant ex on Valentine's Day? I'm going to give you two tools. The first thing that you can do is reflect on what their core wounds are, or what they likely are, and what the true outcome and experience will be for them if you reach out. The second thing is to use no contact to truly work on healing so that you naturally show up from a secure place. If you are showing up in any situation from a place that you're manipulating yourself to manipulate the outcome or affect the other person, you are not showing up authentically. And in some way, shape, or form, that is not going to last. If you are thinking of no contact as a way to simply use reverse psychology and attract them back, that is what you are doing, and you need to have a mindset shift. I know this video has a lot of truths that not everyone will necessarily want to be the truth, but these are the deep-rooted scientific reasons why you should, under no special occasion or circumstances, reach out to your avoidant ex. Well, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Please give it a like, share with anyone you think might find it interesting, and subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss any future content. Thanks. Take care.